I just turned 18 years old, and me and two of my best friends from high school, who I'll refer to as Mark and Jason, wanted to rent a hotel room in the city for a few nights, as it was the start of summer vacation. After arriving at the hotel, we checked in and then headed to our room. I remember the room having a strong fish-like smell, which was surprising to me, given all the 4- and 5-star online reviews that I read. But we decided we wanted to stay. After all, it was nice just to be on break. By the time we finished unpacking, it was about 4:00 p.m. and hot, so we decided to go swimming at the hotel's pool. It was an outdoor pool and located behind the hotel. Just your average run-of-the-mill type hotel swimming pool. There's nothing fancy or memorable about it. But the events that transpired there, I'll never be able to forget. As we were walking through the entrance gate of the pool, I noticed that there was a man sitting in there. He was about 6'3" tall, or so I guessed. He was dressed in all black, including a hood or a scarf that was covering his face. He was just sitting in the far back corner of the pool deck. I couldn't discern any physical features from the distance that separated us, and because of a fairly strong reflective sun glare from an adjacent building. It was certainly strange, though, and I felt a little bit uncomfortable, but didn't say anything to Mark and Jason, and they didn't say anything to me. Besides, we were athletic and strong, and it was pretty apparent, so the odds of someone trying to mess with us was unlikely. Anyway, we jumped in the pool and swam around for a few hours. Eventually, I forgot all about the strange man and didn't even notice that he had left. But that soon all changed. As we were walking to the diving boards, I felt such a strong, foreboding energy surround me out of nowhere. At that same time, I also felt somebody watching me, like somebody was trying to suck out my life force with their eyes. My heart started to race, and it was pounding so hard that I could actually hear and feel my heartbeat. I didn't want to, but somehow I forced myself to look over my shoulder. When I did, I saw him. He was no more than 20 yards away, just standing there and facing me. That close, and from the corner of my eye, he looked more like a solid black mass than somebody who was dressed in black clothing. The dread that I felt was palpable. Then, mustering all the courage that I could, I cleared my throat. Excuse me, sir, can I help you? I asked, but there was no response. Mark and Jason, who had already jumped into the water and were now swimming toward the pool step ladder, they must have heard me because they yelled back, "What'd you say, man?" Their voice startled me, and I reflexively turned toward them, but then immediately back to that man. But he wasn't there. I looked frantically around all over the pool, but I couldn't find him. He was gone. "Come on, dude, dive in! What are you waiting for?" yelled Jason. The utter terror and confusion that I felt at that moment are indescribable. A rush of emotions, wondering if I'm losing my mind or hallucinating. It's like my brain was malfunctioning, unable to process the overload of information. I couldn't speak. Even if I could, I don't know what I would have said. The only thing I could do was dive into the water, as if doing so served as an escape from what had just happened. But everything that just happened was only the start of my horror. I dove in and started to swim underwater toward the step ladder. After 2 or 3 strokes, I opened my eyes, and what happened next has ever since tormented me. I know this sounds insane, but when I opened up my eyes, looking at the bottom of the pool, I saw him. The same man. I screamed, and I swam as fast as I possibly could. When I reached the edge of the pool and was climbing out, I felt something, or someone, grabbed my legs and dragged me back into the water. I thrashed wildly and managed to somehow break free. By then, Mark and Jason had rushed over to me and helped pull me out of the water. They started asking me questions at rapid fire, but I couldn't comprehend a word that they said. All I could do was grab them and start running towards the hotel as fast as possible. Eventually, I looked back at the pool, trying to see if I could locate that man anywhere, but I couldn't. I didn't see him anywhere. When we got back to our room and I had calmed down enough to speak, I told Mark and Jason about everything. They're good friends and they listened and tried to sympathize with me, but they were more confused than me and clearly didn't know what I was talking about. The man at the pool! The man! He was wearing all black! That man! Didn't you see him? I finally screamed at them. They looked at each other with confusion, and then they said they never saw anybody in the pool or on the pool deck the entire time we were there. That it was only the three of us. My heart just sank. What did I see? Since then, I haven't had any similar experiences, but believe me, not a single day goes by where I don't have at least one flashback of that day at the pool.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this episode today. I appreciate it very much. YouTubing is something that's totally brand new to me. It has and it will certainly continue to be a learning process, but it's my goal to produce videos that you'll enjoy, videos that will scare you hopefully just a little, and videos that you'll be able to learn something from. That said, if you have any suggestions for my improvement, please let me know. I would love to hear them. And also, feel free to email any original stories that you have to theouterlimitofficial@gmail.com. And lastly, if you don't mind, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to this channel. I would truly appreciate it. Thanks. Catch you next time.